Good afternoon, everybody. I was going to say good morning again, but I looked at the clock and it's noon now. So I hope you're having a good afternoon now. It's Monday again. I hope you had a good weekend. Um, so I will say my weekend was it was okay. I'm really not having a good day. I will tell you that I'm kind of off kilter today. Um, I woke up yesterday really, really tired. Um, I've discussed that I have autoimmune diseases. I have lupus for one, and I have what they call toxic fatigue, or what I call toxic fatigue. So I really woke up yesterday really drained, and I didn't do anything at all yesterday. I was just lazy all day long, and that's kind of carried over again today. Um, so I'm wearing my big reading glasses. The only time I really need glasses is to read, so it makes it better for me to see the screen or to read something. Um, so I've got my big reading glasses on because I have really dark circles today and a little bit puppy eyes. So I didn't want to scare you with my eyes today. And so that's my status today. So talking about the weekend, I did get up Saturday with a little bit better Saturday. So I cleaned my refrigerator top to bottom, and that was quite an experience. I think the only reason I cleaned my refrigerator was I noticed over the last couple of weeks, every time I opened my refrigerator, I could smell something kind of wonky in there. Um, and when I would get in there, I'd kind of move something around to see if I could see what maybe that smell was coming from, but I really couldn't see anything. But, I could smell something. So Saturday, when I got up, I thought, I'm going to find what that smell is in that refrigerator. So the only way I could find it was just start cleaning the refrigerator. So I started from shelf to shelf to shelf, and I took everything out. I mean, we're talking everything from top to bottom. So I started from one shelf, taking everything out and putting it on my kitchen table. And so I started cleaning all the shelves and wiping everything down and just going from shelf to shelf, basically. And so I cleaned everything on the shelves, and, all the shelves were clean, taking everything out. And, even on the side of the refrigerator where you have the little shelves on the side, and I took everything out, the bins on the bottom, your vegetable bins, taking everything out. I mean, everything was clean. And so I thought this is a good time to go, clean all the jars, that you have that's probably been in there for months and months. So I went through all the jars and all the bottles and seen maybe what was kind of expired or nearing expiration that could be cleaned out. And, you have all those jelly jars in there. So I had like 2 or 3 apple jellies. One jar would have 2 or 3 spoons left. One jar would be half of the jar. So I just transferred everything into one jar. And my husband's bad about opening jelly. They may be 2 or 3 spoonfuls of apple jelly left, but no, he doesn't want to finish that jar up. He wants to open a fresh jar. So, like I said, I put all the apple jelly in one jar to make almost a full jar. So I would throw out the other jars, and so that made more room in the refrigerator. And so I thought, I still can't find where that smell's coming from. And so I had like all these different containers and, leftover food and everything. And I would, open that up and no, the smells wasn't coming from that. So finally, I saw, like butter bowls, you know how when you've seen these memes on Facebook of like when people would come over and like grandmother, you would have to open up all these different butter bowls in grandmother's house to find the butter. And so I'm that person. I'm not a grandmother, but I am that aunt or whatever, that when you come to her house, you would have to open up several butter bowl containers or whatever to find the butter. So I'm that person. Everybody jokes. Like my nephew, he would often joke, when you come to Aunt Debbie's house, you would have to open up all these butter bowl containers to find the butter. So I am that person. I save butter bowls or whatever, and I will send people home with leftovers or just different things I make or whatever. Or if I go to somebody's house and take something, I will take it in the butter bowls, because that way you don't have to give me back a container. So anyway, I saw some butter bowls in there, and I didn't know if that was actually butter or whatever. So I opened up, the butter, and I thought, okay, that's butter. And I got to this one last container, and excuse me, I'm very tired, and when I get that way, my voice gives out on me. And so I opened up this container. It was a country crock container, and I opened it up, and oh my goodness, I found where the smell was coming from. I opened it up, and it just about made me pass out. It just about knocked my head off. And I opened it up, and there was green stuff growing on it, and I closed it real quick. It was literally growing penicillin. So I closed that container real quick. I had no idea what was in there and how long it had been in there, but it was growing penicillin. So I finally found where the smell was coming from. I don't know how, because it was closed, but evidently that was where the smell was coming from. So I closed that container real quick, and I put it in, some bags, some grocery bags, and closed it up real quick. So I finally found where that awful smell was coming from. Like I said, it was growing penicillin. I probably could have healed the whole community with that penicillin, if you had any sicknesses. So my refrigerator is clean. I found where that smell was coming from, and I bagged that up and threw that away. So that was my refrigerator cleaning experience. So my refrigerator is clean. And then, like I said, I woke up Sunday morning. I was really sore from cleaning my refrigerator out because, like I said, I cleaned that thing top to bottom. But I just woke up Sunday morning just not feeling well at all. I was just so tired and drained, and that just set my day. I just didn't feel well at all, and I really didn't do anything at all. And I went out on the porch Sunday just to sit, and I kept nodding off. I would find myself just like this, just nodding off. I just think that I was in like just a flare, probably a lupus flare. And so that's the way it was all day yesterday, just not feeling well at all. And so I woke up. Well, my husband told me when he went to bed last night, he said, I'm just ready for bed. And I said, well, I'll just be honest with you. I have been ready for bed since I woke up yesterday. Woke up this morning. That's when I told him last night. So I got up this morning, and I feel a little bit better, but I'm still kind of drained. And it's been a two tea day today. I've drunk 2 cups of tea. And I normally only have 1 cup. But, when you're not feeling well, it's okay. It's okay to rest. So that's probably what I'm going to talk about today is it's okay, to admit when you're not feeling well. It's okay to be strong all the time. A lot of times, we feel like we have to just be, a strong woman and not admit that we're not strong all the time. So that's what I kind of want to touch on today is it's okay to not be strong all the time. It's okay to rest. And I found some quotes about that when it's okay to rest. It's okay to not feel strong all the time. and I'd like to read some of them to you. You know, whether you don't feel physically strong or mentally strong, emotionally strong, it's okay to rest. And so let me read some of those to you today. I found so many, and I've saved a lot of them in my Google Docs, you know, that that really stood out to me. So let me read some of them to you today. Strength isn't just carrying burdens all the time. Sometimes it's about knowing when to put them down. Don't be hard on yourself, for even the bravest warriors take rest. I really like that one. You know, we could be brave, but we're warriors, and it's okay to take a rest. Being strong is not holding back tears, but letting them flow when you need to. I really like that one too. Being strong doesn't mean you never fail. It means knowing when to rest and when to rise again. It's all right to wobble. Even the strong towers sway in the wind. You can't be the rock at all times. Sometimes you get to be the river. I really like that one. Sometimes your strength will break. Let it. That's where the light gets in. Rest when you need to be. Every line needs to recharge before it roars. Don't you like that one too? Your armor might feel heavy today. It's okay to put it down. I like that one too. I mean, there's several. I have found so many that I've saved, and I could go on and on and on. But that's just a few that I wanted to point out to you and read to you. So yeah, we don't have to be strong all the time. It's okay to put our armor down and rest. So that's what I really wanted to talk about today is, you know, we're strong. You know, we're all strong warriors, but even the strongest warriors need to take a rest. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you about today. So yeah, let's take a rest when we need to. We need to recharge sometimes. So that's really what I want to talk to you about today. So if you're tired today, no matter if you're physically tired, mentally, spiritually, emotionally tired, take a break when you need to. You know, we all need to take a break. So I hope you have a good day today. Happy Monday to you. I hope something really good comes to you today. God loves you, and so do I.